Cesc, thanks very much for joining us. Believe it or not, it's 15 years since you made your debut at Arsenal. I'm wondering, the Cesc Fabregas back then, how different is he to the Cesc Fabregas that we see here today?
Well, I was a kid. I was a teenager. I mean, time flies because sometimes I really think about it and it's like it's impossible that it's 15 years. I mean, it's nearly, you know, impossible to believe. But of course, I'm a different person. I grew up a lot. As I said before, I made a lot of mistakes. I improved. I've learned, and I feel now I'm in the most matured part of my life, of my career, and everything that, you know, has been happening for the last 15 years, that you know more or less what to do and how to act in every single situation, and it relieves me, you know, it gives me satisfaction to be able to adapt myself and act in some situations how I would have acted before and how I am acting now, showing to myself that I'm learned, you know, and it's a good feeling.
You've worked with some of the best managers in the world, Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola and now Antonio Conte. Is there something that Conte does though that's completely different to anything you've seen from the other managers?
Well, the training part, I think it's a thing that he changed for most of us, and the way you can see training, you know, because sometimes you have difficult pre-seasons, strong pre-seasons, to be able to cope with the right physical aspect the whole season. And when you play so many games every 3 days for the whole year, your body and your mind, of course, gets tired. It's impossible to play every single time. But you could see that other managers maybe give you 2 days off, or the way they think is resting is the best way to come back fresh. But he thinks the opposite. When you play more games, you have to work harder for you not to lose the physical condition, you know. So it's another way of seeing things, and that, to be honest, it worked very well. I will speak for myself because I feel physically very, very well, and I think this could be the main thing.
Let's talk about your on-field partnerships. You've had some incredible ones, notably Diego Costa. You and him had such a wonderful understanding, and we're seeing glimpses as well with you and Morata. What is it? Is it something that just clicks, or is it something that you have to work on?
Yeah, sometimes it just clicks. I mean, that's how it happened between me and Diego. I think our first pre-season game that we played together ever, we were already, I think I gave him an assist that day. And it's just, I think, in my first training as well, I remember a goal when we played a little game. So it's just naturally how it happened. As you said, chemistry, sometimes it happens, you don't know why, it's just there. And between me and him, it was something fantastic, because I know where he is in every moment. I don't even have to look. He understands when I'm going to pass, when he has to come to receive, when he has to go in the space. And the most important is that every time I pass him the ball, he scores, because in my career I've had some great moments, great passes, but then if they are not scored, you know, it's not the same anymore, because, you know, you forget or you don't see it anymore. But instead, if the ball is at the back of the net, you will always have this feeling when you finish, and you will be able to remember this moment. So he's a player that I really like playing with.